Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. I have Lily here today, and we are both snuggled up because we're just about to get a bunch of snow dumped on us. Now, I swear when I was a child, the snow was 6 feet deep, but we rarely get a storm before Christmas. And last winter, there was like virtually no snow at all. So I'm hoping, as long as everyone's safe, that is, that we have a nice pre-Christmas snowstorm, because I can certainly use one. As long as it doesn't knock the power out and everyone is safe and snugly at home, there's nothing I enjoy more than a beautiful snow. Yeah, so that being said, Christmas is on the way. I got a Christmas card today from my friend Edie Lewis. I already opened this, but I'm pretending like I'm opening it online. It's really cute, a little Santa Claus Christmas card. And if you'd like to send me a Christmas card, or send us a Christmas card, of course, I will have my address listed below, and I will send you one back. How does that sound? Or some kind of note or letter. I always love to have pen pals. So this is from Edie Lewis, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. May your holiday season be filled with happiness, joy, blissful cheer, and fantastic vibes. I love that. And I love the Santa Claus. I will put that on my shelf. So today's video is a paperback from hell classic, Ghoul by Michael Slade, who is actually, it's a pen name for 3 different authors, which I didn't know until I read that in the back of the book. Michael Slade is a combination of Jay Clark, John Banks, and Lee Clark. They previously produced Headhunter, and it's part of the Special X series, but they're standalones, I believe. So I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe in the first one has some of the same characters, but I don't think that I needed to read that in order to really get this one. Or maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, I did this as a buddy read with my friend Alex over at Hey Little Thrifter. I will link her channel below. Most of you guys know her channel. And we had a good time reading this. It took us about a week, and we were chatting on Voxer about it. So I'll talk about it a little bit. This has a quote from Alice Cooper. So I was never a huge Alice Cooper fan, but I certainly remember Welcome to My Nightmare and seeing a clip on TV where he was beheaded every night on stage. That really did scare me when I was a kid. But anyway, this book is dedicated to, this came out in 1987, by the way. It's dedicated to Robert Bloch, Alice Cooper, Stephen King, with thanks, and to Howard Phillips Lovecraft. And there definitely is a Lovecraftian theme going on in this book. In fact, there's a lot of themes going on in this book. It is jam-packed with a lot of information. Most of it I did enjoy. Some of it I felt like I could have done without. But yeah, so what is this book about? So Ghoul is basically a crime thriller about 2 serial killers in London. One is setting off bombs in gay bars and clubs and steam baths, and the other is a vampire type of killer who mutilates and drains victims of their blood. His name is Ghoul, so you get to see his point of view. There are many points of view in this book, and he is he's called Ghoul. But then in Vancouver, so the story takes place in like England, Canada, and the United States. In Vancouver, there is a rock band called Ghoul. This mounted police part of this special murder unit named Zink Chandler is in charge of kind of finding out if these murders are connected with this rock band called Ghoul. And they do like sort of a like Alice Cooper type antics on the stage that are supposed to be really shocking. A scene takes place in a nightclub where you see this act, and it's a brother and sister act, and they're really outrageous. And then there's also a connection with this wealthy, decadent family called the Hydes, who are connected with all of this. The story really explodes with all these different scenes, and you're not sure how they're all going to come together, but they do come together. And when Alex and I were chatting on Voxer, we were kind of like, how is this all these threads, how are these going to tie together? But they all did quite nicely at the end. So it does have a satisfying conclusion. There are a lot of very gruesome scenes in this book. In fact, at one point I sent a message to Alex that I can tolerate a lot of gruesomeness in my horror stories, but I draw the line at penis dissection. I couldn't stand reading about that. There's one scene in the beginning I think was really terrifying to me and stuck with me, and that is a scene where this group of punks, also called the Ghouls, so there's a lot of ghouls mentioned in this book, where to initiate one of their members, and it's like a teenage gang, they bury him alive, and things go horribly wrong. And that is a universal fear. I mean, I know I'm not the only one who's afraid of that, but that really got to me. The way it was described, the horror of it, it really stuck with me. And it is connected at the end of the book as well. The book relies on a big reveal, so I'm not going to give that spoiler away. And it works. I think the twist really works. It all made sense to me. It gets into a lot of psychological forensics with different types of personality disorders and child abuse. Oh, and that's another thing. The book is very graphic. There's a lot of sexual abuse in it, a lot of, of course, physical abuse. So you should have that warning before you delve into this. If that is something you're disturbed by, definitely don't read this book. It is quite graphic and disturbing in that way. It gets into incest and abuse of all kinds. So just a warning. And like I said before, I'm not a big splatterpunk fan. That is really not my type of favorite horror. But I thought this one was very well done. There is a scene, without giving too much away, there's an extended scene at the end that is very gruesome and really over the top and kind of great. It's kind of like a Silence of the Lambs situation. There's a whole tie-in with Lovecraft's Cthulhu monster, and some of the Lovecraftian mythos plays out in this. And I think it's done very well. So overall, I thought this book was well done. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I rate my books on enjoyment level. So for me, I didn't completely enjoy it because especially some of the scenes were a little bit too much for me. But as far as it being a really good read that brought everything together, I thought it was pretty good. So I'm not exactly sure if Alex will rate it that high, but I think she enjoyed it too. So we were both kind of on the same page about Ghoul, and I would definitely read another Michael Slade book. I probably will go and read Headhunter, which I do have. Maybe not right away, but I will check that out in the new year. So I hope that if you do get hit with a snowstorm, that you're nice and safe, and Lily and I will be here snuggled up by the fire reading, and at least I will be drinking some hot chocolate, not for her. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by my haunted library. I'm really exciting you, aren't I? And I will see you soon. Bye.